I'm really happy to say that we've got someone who has stayed in contact with us. Keenan, he was a former resident at Penally, is a graduate from Syria. He's one of the ones that, yeah, there you go. Hi, Keenan.
Hi, everybody. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, I really would like to thank you all for this opportunity. I was moved to the Penally camp from the hotel in Bristol when the camp was first opened. Thank God I'm now out of the camp, thanks to the scheme run by the charity called Refugees at Home. I'm living now with the host family until the home office will disperse me to permanent house. We have already seen the video, which is show you some of the condition in the camp. When I first arrived, we had a police escort, which was very worrying. This I realized was because of protesters at the gate of the camp. They shout at us and they made unpleasant finger sign. We were told not to leave the camp because of the protesters outside. I realized immediately that I was in armed camp or army camp because of the sign and the wire around the camp. There was even a shooting target, the one Hillary Brown told you about it. This shooting target front of the gate, and some of them in the shape of a man. This brought me a very bad memory. In the early days, there were protesters every day and late into the evening. People shouted horrible things at us. Once I heard a very angry man outside shouting at us, "Go back to Bango Bango land." They keep videoing us all the time inside the camp. I never feel safe when I was there. Some of the staff in the camp treating the asylum seeker without respect and were rude with us. Fortunately, there were a lot of people who were supporting us. They helped us to arrange clothing through organization called The Heart and the trips outside the camp. Those people were very kind and helpful. I'm very thankful for them and their effort. Once one of the supporters and her charity helped me to set up a camp resident of Penally, CROP, as an association open to all the asylum seekers inside the camp. We have communicate and regular meeting. The association is focused on education, art, and volunteering. Since its start on 25th of October, we have organized English language class led by members from the asylum seeker inside the camp. We have also started an art group with the help of volunteers from outside the camp. Since the end of the lockdown in Wales, we have also sent two parties of the volunteer from outside the camp. CROP organized meeting with the people from Migrant Help when they visit the camp earlier. This was about the condition inside the camp. Many of the asylum seekers complained about the racist attitude and behavior of some of the staff inside the camp. We were also concerned about the lack of the healthcare and the medical service inside the camp. During a month I spent it inside the camp, only one nurse visit us twice, and one doctor visit us only one time. Many of the residents have medical needs and mental health concerns. The housing manager would take a temperatures and even use a blood pressure machine on the staff. There was no use of the interpreters from the camp staff at all. This made very difficult for the majority of the residents inside the camp to communicate with the staff. Several times I had with some colleagues to translate for other colleagues inside the camps and for the medical service, including sensitive personal information. As you have seen, it was impossible to maintain the social distance inside shared bedroom used by 6 people in a small space. Also, we had to queue up to 40 minutes in the cold and rain to enter the canteen. In that queue, it was difficult to maintain the social distance, and mask wearing only happened at the door. Nearly all the time, the soap dispenser and the hand sanitizer were empty. The toilet in some of the blocks are flooded. The shower were open, not in cubicle, so there was no privacy at all for the man taking showers. Later, they set up some portable showers, which were private, but many of them did not work. In conclusion, we have been told that the housing us inside the camp is in these conditions, it's a breach of our human rights. We only came here because of war and persecution in our own country. I was shocked that the UK government accepted the condition on the camp in Penally. In the end, I would like to thank you all for your support, especially the people from West Wales branch and the other local supporters. And you and Migrant Help have helped us so much. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Keenan. As you've heard from Keenan and you heard from Hilary before, the conditions in that camp are appalling. They are a direct and urgent threat to the men's physical and mental well-being, and we completely support their demands that the camp should be closed down and they should be moved to appropriate and comfortable accommodation.